we are forgetting our forefathers' class. Are we not tired of starving? Are we not tired of hunger? Regional system of government will help us stimulate improve economic welfare of Nigeria.
Why not think about the national market? Are we just going to be alone? Maybe Nigeria as a country standing alone, not going through the international market, as we know that we need foreign exchange.
Welcome to another beautiful day. My name is Mr. Ajala A.O. I'll be your moderator for this program. But before we commence, permit me to introduce the organizer of this great event, which is Edu TV. I would like to tell you brief about Edu TV. A round of applause for the organizer. What is Edu TV? What do? They do lots of educational programs, quiz, debates, educational research, and many more. How do you access them? They are a company. They have mobile app, they have websites, and decoder where you can use to access them. You watch for free, both online. This event, of course, is a wonderful event we started. And before we commence, permit me to introduce the teachers from, let me say teacher from Osogbo Grammar School, in person of Mr. Femi Awoni. A round of applause for the introduction. Today, it's going to be a battle of intellectuals. The opposition, let me use that word, will be from Ataoja School of Science. The person of Mr. Osogbo will be round of applause for this recognition. Of course, before I move to the judges, let me introduce the director of this program, in person of Mr. Femi. A round of applause for him. That's the director. So permit me to introduce the judges. Please kindly come to the item, sir. Our judge, presiding judge for today, will be Mr. Olaoni Kaide Emmanuel. Mr. Matthias Daniel, the four judges. And of course, Coach Abraham. A round of applause for them. And our timekeeper for today will be no other person but Mrs. Omotara Ifeoluwa. Please kindly come up. Thus, I would like to appreciate our audience. A round of applause for yourself. This won't be taking place without having brilliant contestants who are going to be representing both Ataoja School of Science and Osogbo Grammar School. A round of applause for them. From Osogbo Grammar School, I have participant Babalola Fatima. Please kindly come up, please. Alabi Boluwatife. And of course, from Ataoja School of Science, I have Abdulatif Fatima. And Sanusi Bashir. It is not coincidence that we are having two Fatimas. A Fatima from Ataoja School of Science and another one from Osogbo Grammar School. I've introduced the judges already. So, please, the chief judge, I would like you to address the students. Thank you.
Are you happy to be here? And who is ready to learn today? Now, thank you. Please, a round of applause for yourselves. Now, Edu TV is a platform that allows students to discover their hidden skills and talents. And it is also an educative platform, a learning platform. And that is why you are all here. And I believe you're here with your pen, your papers, and everything to jot down the arguments today. Now, quickly to the debaters. Before we begin, let me quickly unravel the rules of engagement. 1. This is Osogbo Grammar School, Ataoja School of Science. Please, can we appreciate these two schools? I give it to your teachers. Kudos to them, because I've been to several competitions and these schools are well represented. Your teachers are doing fine. Please appreciate them. You can do better. Thank you. Now, before the table of judges, we have 3 people here. I'm here with Coach. Thank you. Now, the rules of engagement is, the first thing you need to consider is the time allotted. You must stick to the time, because if you go beyond the timing, you will be penalized. Now, the time for the chief speaker is going to be 6, while the supporting speaker should not go beyond 4 minutes. That is 10 minutes for both speakers. Do you understand? So 6 minutes for the chief speaker, 4 minutes for the supporting speaker. If you go beyond this timing, we're going to interrupt you to stop, and you will be penalized. So have that in mind. 2, please address arguments. When you want to counter any arguments here, do not point at any debater. Do not mention anybody's name. Just address the arguments placed before you, not the person, so as to avoid any form of what? Oral attack. Do we understand? And in presenting arguments, please, it's not just highlighting the number of points you have, but how how well you deliver it, 1, and how well you convince us to agree with you using evidences. Do you understand? And not just rolling out points. So you must ensure you give the right statistics. You give a kind of evidence to your point that supports your points and the likes. Now, this is the grading. The grading will be on 5 criteria or 6. 1, we check your appearance, which we earn you 10 marks. We check your composure, which is another 10 marks. Then your points or arguments, we take the maximum score, which is 40 marks. So if you want to score 40, then you must present logic arguments. Then your expressions. We have to check your expressions, which will be 10 marks, and your diction, your pronunciation of words, that will take 20 marks. This is an educative platform, so we believe you have good, or you are well prepared to pronounce and to use words correctly. Then finally, at the end of your presentation, either the chief speaker or the supporting speaker can come up to round off the debates in times of rebutals. Rebutals, I mean counter arguments. You can counter the arguments of your co-debaters at that stage, or you can even do that during your presentation. That will also take 10 marks. Do you understand? Now, the topic before us is returning to a regional system of governments, the best path for Nigerian future. Is that what you have before you? So, we have a school. Which school is on the affirmative side? Who are the ones supporting? Your school, Osogbo Grammar School. Please, can we clap for Osogbo Grammar School? Let's applaud them. And here we have Ataoja School of Science. They are negating the arguments. So they are in support and they are what? Against. Now, can two people quickly come forward, please? Let's pick a paper. Who come first? Can you shift a bit? Sorry. For fairness, there is a need for you to pick, so we'll know who is coming up first and who is going to come up next. So you can pick this. Let me just drop it there.
Now, can we have the chief speaker from Osogbo Grammar School to present your argument? Thank you. You have 6 minutes.
Good morning, everyone. We are here today to discuss a very crucial issue affecting Nigeria's future. Before I discuss the main point, let us dive into the definition of regional. Regional refers to a geographical area or division larger than local area, such as city or town. Regional can be defined based on various factors, such as 1. Administrative bodies, 2. Cultural ethnic identity, 3. Economic zone, 4. Historical or religious area, 5. Geographical future. Regionalization aims to 1. Bring government closer to people, 2. Promote economic development, 3. Listening to local concerns and ideas. In this context of government, regional system involves dividing a country into smaller, semi-autonomous ways that we have, such as 1. Government or councils, 2. Decision-making powers, 3. Resource allocators, 4. Economic development strategies. Before I go further, let me give honor to those who deserve it. Honorable judges, worthy opponents, co-debaters. My name is Abala Fatima Nolua. I am a bona fide student of the distinguished high school, Osogbo Grammar School. Supporting the motion, returning to a regional system of government is the best path for Nigeria's future. To start with, effective resources management. Nigeria's current federal system has failed to effectively manage resources, which leads to economic stagnation. Regional government ensure states to control their natural resources, boosting economic development and stabilizing foreign exchange value. Moreover, we have cultural diversity and preservation. Nigeria's rich cultural diversity is often overshadowed by federal politics. Regional governments protect and preserve local culture, languages, and traditions, celebrating our unique heritage. However, we have better political representation. Nigeria's current federal system disconnects leaders from their constituents. Regional government ensures leaders to engage directly with their people, listening to concerns and providing targeted solutions. To buttress my point, we have historical context. Nigeria regional system, 1914 to 1960, was effective until the military coup. Let us revisit and improve upon this system of government. Here are some credible sources to support the motion in returning to a regional system of government. 1. World Bank Report 2019. Nigerian national growth and job creation emphasize Nigeria's struggle on resource management and recommend decentralization. UNESCO Report 2018. Nigeria Intangible Cultural Heritage discusses Nigeria's rich cultural diversity and the importance of preservation. 3. Nigeria A History by J.D. Fage 2002 provides historical context on Nigeria regional system. In conclusion, returning to a regional system of government will enable Nigeria to 1. Manage resources effectively. 2. Enhance political participation. 3. Promote cultural diversity. Let us learn from our past and embrace regional system of government to improve Nigeria as a country. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, let's have the chief speaker from Ataoja School of Science.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed opponents and honorable judges. My name is Sanusi Basit and I'm a representative from Ataoja School of Science. I stand before you today to vehemently oppose the motion. Is returning to a regional system of government the best path for Nigeria's future? Firstly, let me start by explaining what a regional system of government is. A regional system of government is a type of government whereby regions are allowed to have full control over resources in their own territories and pay royalties to the central government. Now, moving on to my point. Firstly, a regional system of government enables the rich to keep getting richer and the poor getting poorer. In well-developed regions or areas, as I may say, the poor people there are keep getting poorer, while in well-developed regions, it keeps advancing faster than the poor developed regions. Let's say an example from people from the west and people from the north. If people from the west, they are chasing education, maybe what they need is knowledge. They have natural resources, maybe they have food, maybe they are involved in agriculture and farming stuff. But what they need is knowledge. They see knowledge as a light outside of illiteracy, what rich people from the west have. But they are not willing to let go of their resources, maybe in order to put maybe teachers, mathematics teachers, or any other things that can help them to enable people from the north to learn. They are not willing to share their resources with them. This can involve in serious conflicts. Secondly, it can lead to conflict over resources. For example, if a region with crude oil, they have crude oil in their region, they want to have full control over these resources in that region, thereby leaving others with less. This can lead to very serious conflict because people from other regions want to come together that you have crude oil, we know what we can extract from this crude oil. We can extract kerosene, diesel, petroleum, gas, and so many other natural things. Some will come to them, please give us the kerosene from your resource. They'll be understand that this is our resources. We own this and we're not letting go of it. This can result in disagreements and even serious conflicts. Moreover, history has showed us that that a regional system of government can lead to trouble. The last time Nigeria operated a regional system of government, it led to unrest and even a civil war, starting from 1967 to 1970. This led to war and loss of life and even the natural resources being fought over. And we know the adverse effects of war. It led to scarcity of water, elimination of mankind, and unrest in everywhere. Now, let me say this. In short, a regional system of government is not the best path for Nigeria, for Nigeria's future, mainly because it leads to division of country and labor. It allows the rich people to keep getting richer while the poor keep getting poorer. It leads to serious conflict over resources, and also it leads to elimination of mankind. Nigeria should focus on improving their current federal system of government and not trying to go back to a regional system of government. Once again, standing before you, Sanusi Abdulbasit, and I hope that with these few strategic points that I have allocated over to everyone sitting here today, I have been able to grasp your attention to my other side of the fence to convince and not to convince you that a regional system of government is not the best path for Nigeria's future. Thank you.
I don't think that one is good enough. A round of applause for them, please. Well, I think this is another institution to learn. I'm learning and learning and learning. So someone has actually countered saying distribution of resources effectively. Another one has said is going to make the rich become richer and the poor become what? Poorer. I think we are on to the second round. We're on to the second round. Can I have the participant from Osogbo for the second round? Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols duly observed. I'm here to buttress the point of the first speaker. Yes, regional system of government will be the best path for Nigeria's future. Where are we going further into presidential system of government? As we all know, regional system of government has improved resources allocation. Regional system of government has stimulate and improve on job employment for unemployed people. Regional system of government has helped in cultural heritage. As we all know, regional system of government has improved on our culture. Year before, presidential system of government has helped us forgotten about our past and practice all regions. Regional system of government will help us understand our cultural system of government. As we all know that culture is the total way of life of people, but now we are forgetting our forefathers' past. Are we not tired of starving? Are we not tired of hunger? Regional system of government will help us stimulate improve economic welfare of Nigeria. It promotes national cohesion. Regional system of government will help us devise and improve national development. Regional system of government will help us understand our beginnings. Regional system of government are seen to be practiced over 66 years old. Please, may I ask a question from you? 66 years old person willing to have a grandchildren? Tell me, 66 person is old enough to have grandchild, but now we are breastfeeding 60 years old child. We are spoon feeding 66 years old child. Let's return to regional system of government. We are all tired of starving. We are all tired. Regional system of government will help us and manage our economic welfare. Regional system of government will allocate better resources for Nigeria. Now we are saying that as we all know, presidential system of government is currently ruling system in Nigeria. But what has been the result? What is the result? Okay, the result is high cost of petroleum. High cost of petroleum. As we all know, we are the blessed country. Nigeria is the most blessed country out of all African nations. But now Nigeria is one undeveloping country. But rather to say it is a developed country. Regional system of government is known to make Nigeria a developed country, a better country, where all Africans can come to have a ease. Regional system of government has helped us stimulate national cohesion, citizenship engagement. In regional system of government, citizenship engagement is being allowed in regional system of government, whereby all citizens are allowed to make their opinions. All citizens are allowed to make their speech. Freedom of speech. In democracy, we say democracy is for the people and by the people. No, in presidential system of government, we have turned democracy by only ruling system, by only ruler. The president can only make decision. They can only make decision. But in regional system of government, the leaders, they choose wisely, they choose randomly. It's not only rich people that can participate in politics. Poor people can also participate in politics. But presidential system of government has only derived that only leaders can make their speech. Thank you.
Please, can we have the supporting speaker for Ataoja School of Science?
adopting the existing protocol. My name is Abdulatif Fatima, a representative from Ataoja School of Science. I rise today to oppose the motion, is returning to regional system of government the best pathway to Nigeria's future. Returning to the regional system of government is a viable option for Nigeria's future, considering the past experience. From 1960 to 1966, Nigeria operated other regional systems of government which allocated for greater autonomy and representation for different ethnic groups. However, this system was plagued by ethnic conflicts, educational inequality, and economic inadequacy, leading to Nigeria's civil war. Furthermore, inequality and inadequacy. Furthermore, educational inequality and economic imbalance. Educational inequality and economic imbalance significantly impact regional system, affecting the relation between regional system and economic system. Also, brain drain, underdevelopment, and high crime rates. Imagine a skilled individual having to migrate to more developed countries, exacerbating regional disparities, while underdeveloped regions struggle with poverty, poor infrastructure, and limited opportunities, resulting in high crime rates in the country. In addition, political instabilities, where frequent changes in governments, leadership struggles, or unrest, resulting in limited national unity, whereby regions struggle to access federal resources. In conclusion, human rights limitation and national unity. This leads to human rights limitation, whereby affecting right to freedom of movement, in which citizens from each region are not allowed to move freely from one region to another, where we all have to question ourselves about Nigeria's existence as a unified entity. Thank you.
A round of applause for our speakers. Please. The opposing school have done wonderfully well. Likewise, the supporting school as well. But we are moving to the second round, which is going to be the last round for this event. We call it rebuttal, whereby if they have one or two things to say, to add to their points, they're going to have the opportunity now. The rebuttal section is just 2 minutes compared to the first section. Can we begin with Osogbo Grammar School? A round of applause for them, please. Just 2 minutes.
All protocols duly observed again. To what my opponent have said, she said crime rate in regional system of government. In regional system of government, our leaders has ensured a better security for us, has ensured economic welfare in regional system of government. But in presidential release system of government that we found ourselves now, there is not adequate security. She said inequality education. How is it an inequality education? Everybody has the right for education. Everybody has the right. That is why everybody is here to school. Regional system of government. Regional system of government is promote the economic welfare. She said crime rate again. Crime rate. How is it a crime rate? In regional system of government, our leaders does not allow any stealing, any cheating. In regional system of government, there is adequate security. In regional system of government, there is a balanced education. Regional system of government has improved and balanced education welfare. Regional system of government will help us stimulate a better future ahead for the youth. Regional system of government has improved in job employment. Many graduates now has become undergraduates, rather to say, because unemployment issue in Nigeria. In regional system of government, there is employment for everybody. Everybody are self-employed. Everybody are schooling in regional system of government. Thank you.
Can we have the second speaker for the rebuttal section from Ataoja School of Science?
All protocols duly observed. As my opponent from Osogbo said earlier, she said allocation of natural resources. And from my point, when I said problem over resourcing, she said allocation of natural resources, as each region should be able to have the food and the natural resources to sustain themselves. But I would like to ask a question. If each region, if a region, what they are best known for is agriculture, meaning they have enough food. But what if another region, what they are known for is gold? Maybe in the particular region, gold is mostly being found, or diamond, or any natural resources. Think about the national market. Are we just going to be alone? Maybe Nigeria as a country standing alone, not going through the international market. As we know that we need for what if we talk about gold, diamonds, we know that these are rare natural resources that can be traded and gain influence internationally. I would also like to talk about the food that she also said earlier. If regions with food, if they decide to base only on food, what about education? What about knowledge? What about all these little important things that are needed worldwide? And that's all. Thank you.
This is like a wall of intellectuals. A round of applause for our contestants. They have indeed done their best, and it's time for the judges to decide. And this is not only about who win or probably who lose. Nobody is going to lose there. We are all gaining. We are all adding to our intellect. Thank you. My honorable Chief Judge, are we good to go?
To waste the time, I just have a few points here to bring to our notice. Now, I want you guys to understand something, that this is not all about competition so far.
This is the spur of the moment, like this is what is really happening in our Nigeria of today. So for them to have bring this kind of hot topic to your table, that means they believe you people have something to contribute, you have something to bring to the table as solution. So that's why I said earlier, let's give ourselves a round of applause one more time. Okay, now I'd want us to know that first, nobody is a loser and nobody is what? A winner. We are all winners. So I want you to give a very big round of applause to these both contestants seated here. They really did a very wonderful job. Okay, now I just want to pick out some little errors for the sake of subsequent time when you'll be seeing yourself on a platform like this. Now, I want to quickly address this issue. When you are asked to come and rebut on any argument or on any topic, first, know that they are not your opponent. Okay, because I think one of the contestants from Osogbo Grammar School was like my worthy opponent. He made mention of that statement. They are not your opponent. We are not actually here for context. We are only here to deliberate, to rub minds together. You understand? So they are your fellow debaters. Do you understand? So you don't use the word worthy opponent. And that's aside. Then number two, please, in a platform like this, don't be in a hurry to drop your point and go, even when you know that you have limited time. Learn. Now, it is normal to be anxious, but the beautiful thing behind this is to harness that your anxiety to delivering your points exactly in a very wonderful way. So now, some of us were here, it was like as if we were eating hot yam. You just want to quickly say what you want to say. Now, at the end of the day, you might actually be making sense with your point, but if the judges could not hear your point, they might not be able to give you a very good mark. So as much as you are trying to beat up your time, take your time and arrange your points one after the other. Now there's another thing I also have here. in every of your research, make sure, because as you people were saying, I was also making my own inquiry, your findings, your statistics, your research, make sure that it has a reference point. Okay, if you people are saying about 1960 something, from which body of research? Is it from National Bureau of Statistics? Is it from National Nigerian Statistics? Let there be a kind of basics for your research. Don't just come here and tell us a huge number or a years or an history that has, some of you were not born in those years. But it's very good to do your research because it also makes your point weighty. It makes your point very heavy. Hope both sides are getting. So now, generally, you guys have really, in fact, you gave us some tough time to collate our points together. You guys have really done a wonderful job. So I want you to put a round of applause. Put your hands together for us. Thank you very much.
It's been a nice time being here with you guys. I want to really appreciate each and every one of you. It's worthy of being here, and I want to say that all over again. Everyone has done well for yourself. That's good, and it's a step. It's a nice one that out of everybody you've been picked to represent your school. That's wonderful. But I want to say something on our expressions. Most of us, we have been anxious, very, very anxious. That's one. Two, what makes you a good communicator is your ability to pass your message across properly. And one of the things you should do to learn to do is to speak slowly. When I say slowly, I'm not saying you should start speaking one after the other. No. Your ability to speak slowly gives you a better composure, makes you tell people or give an expression to people that saying you know what you're doing or you know what you're talking about. Is that okay? So whenever you're in a debate, one thing is you don't need to rush yourself. Don't rush. No. Once you're rushing, people won't. It's just like you just dumped garbages on everyone and you left. The message may not be passed across, and I'm very sure most of you couldn't pick the point of each other. And another thing, most of what you said was abstract. What do I mean by abstract? Is like you just, okay, let me just pick one or two things together and let me say. Don't forget, this is a real life situation, that's something that has happened in Nigeria. At least you should have picked a government whether, okay, when Nnamdi Azikiwe this person that, okay, this is what he did, this was what happened, okay, this and that. You should have mentioned names. Most of you never mentioned names. These are the things, if you watch live debate, if you watch those debates, you see people, they mention names, they mention occurrence. At least somebody that got a little bit closer was one of the students that came from the audience that spoke about Boko Haram. I think another girl speaks about something, they picked a point, an event that is happening or that has happened. It's a transition from one, for example, like our, what's it called, this national anthem. Some of us were part of the people that knows the old one and the new one. In the next 5-10 years, some of these kids will not know what is Arise or Compatriot again. Isn't it? But a time will come that they want to speak on it. They will also go and read about it as well. So whenever we're in a debate like this, we should, and most of us, we are not articulating our words correctly. Especially the TH words. Most of them say that, this. That is DAT. That's what I'm hearing. This is DIS. That is what I'm hearing. It's that, this. So all these things also is part of those things that you should take cognizance of. Those are the things that helps you to become a better speaker. So let's work on these things. It helps us make us a good communicator. At least some days ago, I was watching about Donald Trump. I'm very sure most of you, do you know that US will soon conduct their elections? Do you watch their debates? These are things you should have watched. It will really help you. Watch debaters. Watch political people debating. Watch your past governors. Listen to the way they talk. That's what you should have become. That should have been your best landing. So always give reference. Give reference. It will really help you whenever you're debating next time. Thank you. You've all done well. Thank you once again.
Please permit me to sit as the chief adjudicator of these debates. Now, quickly, my co-judges, they pointed out some important points and aspects, and I believe our debaters today, are you listening? I believe you're taking notes of their observations, and these are things when you work on, you become what? Better. Like I said earlier, this platform is an educative platform that allows you to improve. So when you see yourself doing the same thing over and over again, you get what? Better at it. Now quickly, they have made a lot of observation. I won't have to dwell on most of these things, but the one I really want to dwell on is your rebuters. Your rebuters. I would have called your attention to what is expected of you before you started, but I deliberately did not want to interrupt the process. Now, I mentioned in the first instance that do not attack your co-debater, but you should what? Respond to arguments. But the two sides, we are guilty of this. The person from this end said, she said that there will be insecurity, she said, and the one from this end also made the same mistake. Now, instead of emphasizing on what the debater said, you should tackle the arguments. For instance, my co-debater argued that there will be insecurity if we allow regional governance. But I stand before you to say no. Do you understand what I'm saying? My co-debater argued, you don't need to point the gender or the person who said what. Do you understand? That is unrebuted. Then the two sides were also guilty of dwelling on re-emphasizing their points. The time for rebuter is not for you to reintroduce your points or emphasize your point. It's a time for you to counter their arguments. So you stick to the arguments of your opponents and ensure you rebut it with evidence, not to reintroduce your points. And this has caused most of you, to some extent, some gradings. Now, back to the results. Like my co-judges announced, it is not in the know for Edu TV to have the winners and the losers. No, we don't have this. And that is why Edu TV has produced, or let me say, they have made it possible for all participants to have a gift, the same thing, both for the winning team and for the team that actually performed below the winning team. Can we please appreciate Edu TV for that? So that is to show we are not discriminating. The objective of this platform is to ensure that, one, you are discovered out there, because these videos will go to places. Very soon a link will be sent to your school where you can access what you have done today and how to what? Grow better. Thank you very much for that performance. It was a tug of war. We were left, but the thing is, we just have to announce the team with the highest percentage and the team with what? The lowest percentage. So on the average, this was what we did. My co-judges, individually, we grade all your performances. We collated everything together and we divided by 3, which gave us the score I'm going to announce right now. So it is not done by your sincerely talking alone, but it was carried out by the team of what? Judges. Now for the affirmative side, that is Osogbo Grammar School, both speakers. Let me not dwell on the points. So in terms of appearance, Osogbo Grammar School, you scored maximum score. The same thing with Ataoja School of Science. Please, let's appreciate them. Appearance-wise, you are all looking good. Composure. In terms of composure deals with even your confidence. I noticed something. It is not easy to stand before the audience. Even when you're used to this, sometimes you get nervous, especially standing before a camera. It is not easy. I noticed one of the debaters, to some extent, he or she actually was nervous. But I appreciate that person because the person was able to pick up again and not losing the focus. Please, let's appreciate them once again. Thank you very much for that. Now, not to bore us with everything on my score list, which is collated from the first judge, Ataoja School of Science, scored 50 over 100. From the second judge, Ataoja School of Science scored 49 points. And from the third judge, Ataoja School of Science scored 46 points. So if you add this together and divide by 3, it will give you 48%. So Ataoja School of Science at 48%. Please, let's appreciate them for a wonderful job. On the affirmative side, from the first judge, Osogbo Grammar School had 55 points. From the table of the second judge, they had 50 points. And that of the third judge, 54 points. So if you join this together, Osogbo Grammar School had 53% altogether. So on this note, I am happy to announce that we don't have a winning or a losing team. We only have people performing above or better. So let's give it to Osogbo Grammar School for scoring an average of 53%. Thank you. Let's equally appreciate the candidates from Ataoja School of Science. It is not easy. Let's appreciate them. Thank you. Thank you. On behalf of Edu TV and the judges, we are grateful and we look forward to we look forward to a better debate in the nearest future. Thank you very much.